We want to start with a horrific shooting rampage in Georgia that has left 8 people dead.
When I first heard about the shooting in Atlanta, I was on Instagram. I was scrolling through the stories. With all the news that's happening, I kind of thought it would just be added onto the pile of things and it would ultimately be ignored because people have died and nothing's really happened. But the next day, it sat with me and I was feeling really weird. I was eventually able to identify that as like processing of the trauma and the grief that I was experiencing.
6 of the 8 dead are said to be Asian women, but investigators have not said whether or not the attacks are racially motivated.
I got pretty angry just like thinking about how this sort of like fits into the timeline of like xenophobia in America and all of the Asian hate crimes that have, I guess, escalated to this moment.
He does claim that it was not racially motivated. He apparently has an issue, what he considers a sex addiction, and it's a temptation for him that he wanted to eliminate.
It did take a toll on me mentally and physically. It was hard for me to get up for class. You know, I kind of lost my appetite. I couldn't really come to terms with it. I didn't really feel like doing homework was really my priority.
I go to the spa with my mom, who's Asian, and that could have just as easily been her.
And he was pretty much fed up and then kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
It was disappointing to hear what the chief of police had to say, that the shooter was just having a bad day, and you know, that completely justified his behavior. He was driving from massage place to massage place. The fact that people aren't treating it as a hate crime in law enforcement is just ignorant in itself.
It was just really like hard to read about, and you know, as more information kind of rolled out, it became really hard for me to be on social media, so I kind of took a break.
I'm really appreciative of all the global support and the Instagram infographics and everything and people showing up right now, but I have a hard time believing in the permanence of it. I'm afraid to see this just disappear again under the radar just because it was a trend. At BCC, the statistics show that less than 5% of the entire school is Asian, and it's never been higher than 5% in the past. It's really limiting and isolating. I would just like to see more people at ASU meetings now. It's really not just for Asian people, it's for allies.
It's everyone's job to speak up and speak out about this, but especially those who hold the privilege and power to not ever have these experiences in their entire lifetime.
Soon Chung Park, Hyun Jung Kim, Soon Cha Kim, Yong A Yue, Xiao Jie Tan, Dao Yo Feng, Delania Ashley Yan, and Paul Andre Michaels.